Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Today I will be doing a vlog. Um, I believe I mentioned about doing this vlog in a recent previous community post I did. It was a poll I did for the mystery boxes. Um, Alright, so to my reason behind this. Um, so I've been noticing something. I am kinda falling into a collector's like trap. Um, and what I mean by that is so my collection it was growing relatively fast over just from the start of this year and such. Um, but I realize there is a lot of games that I am just probably never, I don't have the urge to touch again. Um, and not only that, I feel like my focus was more on just building the collection with just to get the biggest collection the fastest uh, way possible. And I feel like I need to just kind of slow down and reevaluate everything. Um, I'm going through cutting down my collection a little bit, just getting all the games out that I know I don't want to touch again or that I have no intention in playing. Um, Also, the whole mystery box thing. At this current point, I have canceled all my boxes as far as what is coming in. That doesn't necessarily mean there's not going to be any mystery box unboxings in the future. It just will be more for probably special occasions. What I want to focus on more from this point out, outside of just doing vlogs to talk with you guys, I want to actually play more of my collection on the channel. Actually, play through my games over just buying more and more games to add to the collection. That does not mean I'm just gonna up and stop buying games completely. I'm still gonna pick up stuff that I either want, that I find that's on my kind of wish list, wish list, want list. So there'll still be times when I'm showing off new games and stuff that I get, but I really want to get all the fluff, which when I say that, it doesn't mean that all the games that I'm going to get rid of are just bad games. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that they are either just not for me or they don't hold a high interest for me. Um, it doesn't necessarily have to do with value, which, with that said, I am gonna keep my the one valued game that I got from my last mystery box because it is a 3D platformer and I do want to try it out at some point. and it's kind of special because um, it's something I would never pick up, like, just if I was in a store and I saw that with that price tag, I'd be like, oh gosh, I couldn't spend $300 to pick up one game. Um, no, I just spent 1,000 to pick up one. No, that's I'm still keeping some of the games from that box, but yeah, I really wanted to kind of cut down on my collection to games I just want to play or have an interest in playing. And so my buying for games is gonna slow down quite a bit, especially without the mystery box subscriptions. Um, but I think in the end it will be a more kind of positive way of going about collecting. I want to get to a point where I'm actually playing video games on a regular basis again, like when I was younger. For the most part, a lot of them has been just kind of sitting on my shelf. Only game I really been playing is that Dragon Quest V, which I already have the parts up for you guys, and even that has not been as often as I'd like to play games. Um, I'm thankful for the three-way stop kind of show that I have on this channel. That helps me get a little bit out of my shell to play some video games as well, which I enjoy. But yeah, that's kind of where my mindset is, in that I just think I was falling into a collecting kind of trap. Yeah, basically just collecting to collect, and that's kind of essentially what was going on. And yeah, so that is unfortunately that is how it goes sometimes. I'm just glad I realized it earlier on before um, before my collection got really too big where I actually couldn't fit anything else on the shelf. I think it's best to realize these kind of things earlier on rather than after so long, because then that is many more games you have to go through if you plan to curate down your collection to just your essentials that you want. Because then you gotta fight with, oh, I spent so much money on this game. I gotta keep it if I spent this much on it, right? Right? But then maybe you don't have as big of a interest in actually playing the game, so it becomes kind of a dilemma. Luckily for me, I think my mentality kind of helps me from falling into that kind of dilemma. Like, I find it easy to kind of let go of things, so um, I definitely kind of am good in that regard. Um, let's see. Alright, so yes, I think I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff I'm getting rid of. Now, I have already gotten rid of some stuff. Did a little trade with Angry Monkey. Um, so we're mailing each other some stuff. Um, but I still have a lot left over of stuff I picked out, and I'll explain why I picked out the stuff that I did that I'm going to get rid of. Probably just trade into a local game shop and pick up 2, 3, maybe 4 games if I have enough value here of stuff I really want to play. Probably something that's on the Switch or PS5 or something, some more modern stuff. Um, but yeah, let's go with some of the more easier ones to go through first. So, because I'm switching up my mindset, I'm probably not gonna buy every game that we play on Three-Way Stop. Just, I really want to keep only the games that somewhat appeal to me. Like, can't really say specifically because it's the last one we played and I haven't got that episode up yet, but I don't plan on buying that game. Um, Even for the so bad it's bad factor, that's just not the kind of collection I want to build. Um, but, anyways, so I have a couple of imports here, pretty much. Hopefully they'll take imports, but I don't know. Um, so I got the Pokemon trading card game. That's just not my cup of tea. I'm sure it's a great game, and I know I have heard people online praise it, but it's just not for me. I'm not a trading card person. Um, we have the import of Kung Fu. Um, just not a game I really want to go back and play. Pretty much, it is what it is. It's a kind of a short beat 'em up. It's it's difficult. So in that case, it's not like short, but if you're good at it, you can probably beat it in a few minutes. Um, this is Super Puyo Puyo. Um, I'm not the biggest in puzzle-based games, though I did keep the original Tetris on NES just because that's a game I can see myself picking up and playing, but any other puzzle games, it's just I don't really care. I barely even really care about Tetris. Um, I did pick a few games out of the NES that I got through some of the mystery boxes. Um, Commando, just it it's all right. It's just again kind of the same. Not something I'm gonna personally come back and play. Um, I so far I have kept all the ones up to this point that I've gotten from purchasing from just buying games for Three-Way Stop as we played them. Um, but they're all games I relatively do enjoy to some aspect and can see myself playing again, especially Tiny Toons. Um, Battletoads I would have to be in the mood for, but I, I did have fun trying to force myself through that. Um, Kung Fu, again, I just can't see myself going to play it, but got both versions through mystery boxes. So I do have my Game Gear collection here. Um, Pretty much, it's just pretty much scaled down games of their original form, except for Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos. But I don't know. I don't know how distinct it is to be different because it is just a 2D Sonic the Hedgehog game. I think it was zoomed in more closer, but um, either way, I do have enough Sonic games, so I don't really have any attachment to this one, like at all. And then you also got Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which, to its credit, is a completely different game, but I think the Genesis version of it is better. Same with The Lion King. Um, I'll actually mention that more in a bit once I get to another game. Um, but yeah, I have some of these more shovelware type of Game Boy Advance games that I have that I kept just for. Some of them are like compilations, and some of them I just got in the last mystery box. Like you got Pac-Man Collection, um, this Konami Arcade Advanced, or yeah, Advanced. I think this was the one that only had like Frogger on it that I heard of. Namco Museum. Then you got the Kong game, and then you got F1 Race for Game Boy. I'm keeping the import of Pokemon Sapphire because I do intend to probably play that at some point. Um, Getting rid of most, yeah, probably all my Genesis kind of stuff. Just because, although I'm sure they're fun, there is more recent editions of NBA Jam, I believe. Like, I think it was re released on 360, or a reboot, anyways, but you got NBA Jam and then Tournament Edition. I don't intend to really play them outside of trying them. Altered Beast, so it's a good game. It's just not a game style I would pick up that often, if at all. Um, I tend to be that way with a lot of beat 'em ups. It's just not a style that I can easily come back to all the time. So this might surprise some of you, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And it's only because I have multiple other ways to play this game that I don't need this one that's arguably um, more of a hassle to get up and just start it up. Like I have it on Steam. Um, I have it on the PS2 Sonic Mega Collection Plus. Alright. This was my biggest confliction, but it's going to tie into The Lion King too. Aladdin. Now, it's not complete in box, but it does have a box. I like the game. I do see myself playing it, but also, I have plans to get on one of the modern systems the Aladdin Lion King bundle re release, because they re released that. So that is why I'm justifying I don't need the originals, or why I'm not too worried about Aladdin or the Lion King on Game Gear. And the Lion King on Game Gear more so just because um, it's not the version that I really played anyways. The version I played was on Super Nintendo. So, like I said, I did get rid of some games to Angry Monkey. There was a few Xbox 360 and a few of the weird anime switched games that I got in the latest mystery box that I had, the $1,000 one. Yeah, some of them anime-ish. Um, Switch games that were sent to me, I let go, though I did keep Rhapsody. Um, that's going to be very interesting. I want to actually get the first one in that series and play through that series. Um, it seems very girlish, but it does something unique. The RPG, or it's an RPG, a turn-based RPG, but the theme, um, the the theme is it has segments in it where it becomes a musical and the characters start singing and acting out a specific story scene. So I kind of want to experience that for how weird it is. So that's why I kept them other two in the series. Um, I'm getting rid of What's the Golf just because I'm kind of picky when it comes to indie games. I have to really like something, and it's been hard for me to really get into indie games just because everything is feels so rinse and repeat. This is one of the more harder decisions that I came, but the fact of the matter is I'm probably never gonna play these just due to how the games are structured. They're not bad games. I still stand by them as good budget gaming if you're shopping for cheap games, but Driver and Driver 2. Um, from what I tried and what I tried to play off screen, um, it it is lacking a little bit for my taste. The missions are set up, well, it's mission based structure. So you have you have to there isn't really there's a free roam mode on 2, but it's not set up in the story, I believe. And Driver 2, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing or where I was supposed to be going in the first mission. So I just feel like some of the mechanics of the game are a little bit archaic, um, which is not its fault. It was the time the game released, but I still stick by them. They play well. They are still good cheap games. Like you can get these both for like $10 each. So, and yeah, that's probably the most difficult one I had. I have a few PS4 games here. Um, Armello Special Edition. One of them games that looked cute at the time, but I honestly have never played this since I owned it, and it's just kind of sitting on the shelf. Forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but Captain Sabusa, not really sure. So this is interesting, but I'm not sure if I ever see myself playing it. Like, I remember that this was described as kind of a sports game, but with anime cutscenes or something. I'm not really sure. Disgaea 5. The cover looks absolutely awesome. Just, I don't really play these kind of games though. These tactical strategy games. Um, Kingdoms of Amarr, Re-Reckoning. Um, so this one is more so, it's just generic to me. Like, it looks like all other fantasy kind of things. Overwatch, never played it at all. It was given to me, and I think I tried to trade this in once, and they wouldn't take it. So I'm gonna try to get them to force it to take it for free, or in which case I may just, I don't know, might just toss it out. I don't know. Then we come to the Xbox 360 with a few PS2s. So this one's gonna fall more so towards the kind of generic, and it doesn't inspire me to pick it up and play it. Conan. I do remember I read somebody enjoyed seeing it in the description. They said it was a good game with some good stealth kill animations. I guess the thing is, I don't see myself getting around to playing this or being one of the first things I play. So it's kind of whatever for me. It does look like it has aspects of like God of War and stuff though. Never even watched the Conan movies. So we got the Big Ben 10 Alien Force game. Vilgax Attacks. So this is purely because I am not a fan. Well, I don't watch Big Ben 10. I don't really know nothing about it. I'm sure the game is fine. Or maybe even good. And if you like it, cool. Problem is, this purely has to do with me just not really caring about the series, pretty much. That's all this boils down to, really. And yeah, I probably will never get around to playing it, so it's probably just gonna sit on my shelf. Not the biggest Dynasty Warrior fan, so I'm probably gonna get rid of Strike Force. Especially if this plays like any other Dynasty Warriors game. It's just not something I really got into. Getting rid of Army Men Green Rogue, but this one's not because I don't want the game. This is because well, it's hard to see, but actually it's not a ring, but so part of this game, maybe I'll get them to try to resurface it if they do that kind of thing. But so I've been backing up all my PlayStation 2 games that I'm keeping to my PC. Couldn't back this one up because it kept on getting to a spot where it couldn't read the disc. So if I can't back it up, then it's gonna freeze in the middle of the game at some point when I play it. So I'd like to get it fixed or replaced. Dark Souls 2. I don't do Dark Souls games. They're too frustrating, and I don't really have the patience for that kind of thing anymore. Frustrating platform is one thing. Frustrating combat is another. Diablo 3. I already have Diablo 3 digitally on the PS5, so, or maybe PS4 to PS5. I don't really remember when I got it, but yeah, so I don't need the 360 version of that. This is a duplicate, so I already have Fable 3. Minecraft Story Mode. I intend to get a more complete edition on a later console. This one just has a Season Pass disc, which I'd rather have the one that's complete adventure with all uh, 4 episodes plus the 3 bonus episodes, I think, in the season. And I already have a definitive edition of this on the PS4 with all the seasons, so. And this is just season 1. This is new, but I believe this is an online only game. And that in itself does not mean I wouldn't keep it. It still works on the 360. There's still a community for this. But I never got into the whole Call of Duty online matchmaking kind of thing, and I just don't think I would play this. It's just one of them things. So that leaves us with, I have, to end this little vlog off, I have a few, you can call some of them pickups, but the other ones were kind of given to me because I gave some of the games I was giving away to another one of my friends out. So this other friend, I'm not talking about Angry Monkey because I know I mention him a lot on the channel. This other friend, long time ago, we were building a game collection together. And he still has a lot of them games. Before I move on to that, though, I do have a couple pickups. I am going to mention Angry Monkey one more time. I gave Angry Monkey my Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 and 3 Xbox 360 games. That's just some of them. But in return, it's because I knew I wanted to pick up these. Naruto Ultimate Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Trilogy. It is an import, but that's the only place that was released physically on PS4. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's also the Legacy Collection, but that is something that costs like $100. This was only like very cheap. And then I got Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto Edition because it comes with the DLC. These are both new. So essentially, this is the Legacy Collection for roughly, I think it cost me roughly $30 instead of paying $100 just to get this and a steelbook case. But back to my friend that I have that we build a collection together with. He let me have some of these games that I have bought for the collection. Well, for our jointed collection at the time. But yeah, he let me have some of these back. And they're actually pretty good games. Like, one of them is actually my original version. So, if there is one game that I originally owned that I still have to this day, it's this game. So, this actually, I'll get to it. So, since we already mentioned Naruto, we have Naruto Rise of a Ninja. We have Naruto The Broken Bond, which I have the strategy guide for both of them. We have X-Men Origins Wolverine Uncaged Edition, which I also have the strategy guide to. Love all these games. So this final game is the one game that I still had when I originally owned a 360, and how it ended up in this collection is around the time when I was getting rid of all my 360 stuff. I think I let them borrow this game, and then when I was getting rid of the stuff, I was probably like, oh, you can just keep it, I don't need it back. Well, in this weird little twist of fate of, like, when did this come out? Come on, give me a date, please. Okay. So, in a twist of fate of it being, it's about, yeah, it's about 15 years later. So, in a weird twist of fate, 15 years later, it ended up back in my hands. And so, we have Wet. This is an awesome game. A very awesome game. I would have recommended buying it, but ever since like COVID, this game shot up in price. So instead of only costing you, say, around $15 back then, it's now like 75 to higher to pay to buy it. But this was really neat because from my entire video game childhood, I don't have anything that I had originally at the release. So this means something. Like, it's almost like, wow. Because I just gave it to him, because I was getting rid of my Xbox 360 stuff at the time, like, it just all worked out perfectly from me letting him borrow it to then just giving it to him. Since he keeps all this stuff, like, he too only has a few stuff from his video game childhood, but the few he has are loose games because he kept I think he kept in a binder, or he might have got rid of the cases, I don't know. But so, since he has the willpower to keep all that stuff without getting rid of anything, he still had this, and he gave it back to me, so that was awesome. So, them are the games I'm keeping in pickups, and the rest of the stuff I showed you I'm going to be getting rid of. It will still be a few days before I trade the stuff in, so. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk in this vlog forever. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I just wanted to talk about what's been going on and kind of steer the direction, letting you guys know the direction of my channel. Kind of want to get in more gameplay, let's plays, and stuff like that, while talking with you guys about pickups and just enjoying the enjoying the whole video game culture. Even though I have my opinions about some of the modern gaming aspects. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great day.